Okay, as I was talking yesterday, when I showed you my table and the foam, here's what I want to show you. If you can see it with the light, you can see how it's pink down here, and I coated brown on top to cover, to make it look like dirt. So if I do miss a spot or something just doesn't work right, the brown will cover the pink. And a thing that I've noticed with other people's displays, and I'm not shooting them down, but I see a lot of people when they do a home, one that's just going to stay in their basement or living room or wherever their wife lets them put it, they just put down plywood. The reason I like to do foam, and the reason we've done foam, well, first of all, we travel with it, so it's lightweight, and it's easier. For some reason, I found it's easier to put down static grass and stuff. But also, if I want to make a culvert, or if I want to make a duck pond or a ditch, all you gotta do is take your Dremel and carve out. You have 2 inches of foam, easy stuff that a Dremel will take out. So that's the one thing that's the one reason why I do what I do with the foam and the paint. So okay, we are back. I took a pause to get things ready for the next step. Next step, and you can see that I started on it. What I'm using is 50-50 glue mix, the same glue mix that I use for making my bales. And I use, as you can see, I use a lot of foam brushes. You can get them cheap at craft stores. That's where I stock up. So you got the 50-50 mix of glue and water. And this is what I use from Scenic Express. I'll get a good shot at it. This is what I use from Scenic Express for blacktop. Actually, I just painted it on before when we did Chase's displays. And this last year, he was looking through Scenic Express and he found this. So we gave it a shot, and I think it's going to work. So we got that. Then, I don't know if anybody's learned, this is a trick that was out there. I can't remember if it was who it was, but it was somebody else. You take a vacuum cleaner, and this one's just a simple Stanley 3 horsepower, 4-gallon, could be smaller, with a small hose. And as you see, there's a lady's pantyhose on here. And what you do, you first of all, you okay it with the wife to take one of her pantyhose, and you put it over the edge, and you put a rubber band on there. And then what that does is when you're done, and instead of wasting, because I mean, this stuff costs money, and you're not going to get it perfectly in the lines and everything else. So what you do is you vacuum up, and then you leave a little, it's not totally tight over the edge, so then that sucks it up. So Alright, we're having technical difficulties. And as you can see, I gotta get a new selfie stick. This is how I support my camera right now, so bear with me until I get a new selfie stick ordered. Take that out of the way. So what I do is I dip this get a good coat of glue on it. Put that back. I mean, a lot of, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'm not trying to be apologetic, but some people barely put glue down. I like to coat it heavy. So that I know everything is, you know, and another thing too, yes, I drew lines to guide me, but in real life, you know, roads ain't always straight. You know, roads ain't always straight, so, you know, if you goof up and leave a little, you know, drip some glue here and there. Okay, everything is okay. The road is down. Now, as you can see, I've made a mess, correct? So now I'm going to take a vacuum cleaner with this hose on it. Ah! Gotta be careful. Then you shut it off. Voila. Goes back in there. Voila. And she's empty. So, again, that's my way of doing things. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to run a gravel road on this edge. This is the county road. Gravel road's going to come up here, and the homestead's going to be here, over in this section. Then I'm going to have some hay fields, and I'm going to have a cornfield to represent corn stalks, and I'm going to have a bean field to represent straw. And over in that corner, I'm going to kind of climb it up as a hill, and I'll show you how to do a hill later down. I'm going to do the roads first, and then we're going to do that hill back there, and we're going to have grazing beef cattle. So, and this is not fancy plywood, so as you can see, I kind of slopped on the paint, and I wasn't careful. But what I want to do is go to, I don't know if anybody else has them, but I'm going to put up scenery pictures that you can get from Justin's Displays. And yes, And that's another thing I want to do. That's another thing I want to do. If I use a product, I am going to tell you where I get that product from, but I'm also going to tell you other places if I know that there's that product there. So I'm not going to say, I'm not only going to say one person for this or one person for that, but Justin's Displays is the only place I know that you can get scenery backgrounds. And that's going to cover up that hideous 80s plywood. So, and like I said, the ballast I use, I go through Scenic Express online, and so that's what I do. So that's it for today. I want to thank everybody for being here, and hope to talk to you later. Have fun with your displays, and don't stress. Sit down, think about it, do what comes natural to you. Don't say, well, what are people going to say? No, don't worry what other people are going to say. Do what works for you. Okay? We'll talk to you later. This kind of got a little bit long, but I wanted to show you the whole works of how to make a road. So we'll see you for the gravel road. Talk to you later. Bye bye.